How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Exela. Many are saying, hey, they have earnings going down tomorrow before the open. We need an update video. So, of course, I'm going to come through for you guys. But before I get started, of course, I got to go over the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support, we want to know resistance. Of course, there is volatility when it comes to around earnings, but we want to see as far as it pulling back where preferably we'd like it to actually go to, or if it tends to make a bullish movement, where it could possibly go. And then we're going to be taking a look at Fintel, the short interest information. Does it still continue to have short squeeze potential? We're going to find out. And then afterwards, taking a look at the order flow distribution. What's going on with institutions? Are they putting in large scale orders, whether it's on the buying side or is it on the selling side? And then when all of that is done, we'll be jumping into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for Exela. Let's see how it performed on the day. So ended up closing at $3.06, being down 4.97%. On the low, it tested $3.02, and then on the high, testing $3.36. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, we traded at 30.045 million shares, and as far as for the average volume over 10 trading days, it's around 45.215 million shares. So we did have below average volume, and do keep in mind we have earnings tomorrow right before the bell, so I'm not too surprised in regards to the sell-off that occurred. The chart we're using is the 1-year daily chart. Let's see how our indicators are looking like. So when we take a look at the RSI down below, it's right around 56.41. So yes, it is in the overbought territory, but you can see it's kind of trending down. So hey, we're gonna have to look forward to see how it actually looks as this week continues. Now, so if we take a look now at the indicators on our chart, strength above the 200-day, the 100-day, and we're still above the 21-day EMA at $2.84. So yeah, so this shows price strength coming from Exela. The matter of the fact that we're able to hold up this $3 area of support is something that is really good to see. And I feel like if we end up crushing it on earnings, we can look forward to seeing a move to the upside. But of course, I wouldn't be too surprised if we pull back. But if we do pull back, we want to be able to be above 285. If we break through 285, then of course the next level we want to look out for will be right here around 250. But if the earnings end up being good and they pull back this far and you believe in the long-term prospects, then this is an opportunity to add some more shares, because again, they're proving in regards to how their stock price is looking by how the business is actually doing, right? So as far as areas of resistance are concerned, we want to look out for this area here right around 350. This is a clear area of resistance. We got to $3.36 on the day, and you can see we do have resistance here at $3.35. So if we continue to stay within this range and holding up $3, then of course I'd want to look forward to seeing the move going past 350, and that's where we can look as far as going towards $4. But like I said, I gave you guys the pullback opportunities if it does occur, but only do this if you believe in it long term. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for Exela. So as we scroll down on the page, the short shares availability is at 100,000, and as far as for the short ball fee rate, it is at 9.36%, all updated 5 minutes ago. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we can see from Friday close from last week, it was at 44.40, and then on the 5th, which was the day before that, was at 40.25. So with all of this in mind, it'll be very interesting to see what the numbers will be later on inside of the evening. But at the end of the day, we know that Exela does have short squeeze potential. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Exela. So we could see here on the inflow, we have 18.59, and then on the outflow, we had 22.07. On the large, we have 5.30. Keep in mind, this is on the inflow side. On the medium, we had 9.56, and on the small, we had 3.73. Do keep in mind, this is in the millions as as well. On the outflow side, we have 7.72 for the large. On the medium, we have 10.95, and then on the small, we have 3.40. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for the past 4 days, they've all been outflow days, and for August the 9th, which is today, you can see it being at 2,417.57. The only inflow day we had was back on August the 3rd. But one of the things we are still seeing, we see large scale orders in regards to inflows. So there's still institutions being involved in regards to purchasing shares. And part of the reasons being is, which I would not be too surprised about, how well XELA actually does on earnings. Because if they end up doing well, of course, this can bring a lot of attention and a lot of volume into the stock, and you want to be able to capitalize. But also on the other end, they are hedging on their positions, and that's something you have to be aware of. So even if it does pull back or there ends up being a sell-off, they're making money on either end. So now let's jump into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts for XELA, if you are a shareholder, there's a lot to look forward to here. They do have earnings that's going to be coming up before the open for tomorrow, so expect some volatility. There will be some sell-offs, but like we were talking about inside of the technical analysis, I want to see it continue to respect the 21-day EMA. If it ends up breaking through it, then of course you guys already know what could happen on the downside, because I went into details about that. Afterwards, now what I want to talk about is how well are they potentially going to do with earnings. So one of the things that we do know for a fact, they do have a strong cash position, right? Number one. And then number two, they did talk about having more expansion growth inside of their user base. So with all of that said, as far as earnings is concerned, if you are an investor in this company, then there is a possibility earnings might look good. I, for myself, I don't know as much about XELA as someone who maybe been holding shares for a long time or has been keeping up for the company for a long time. But at the same time, I do see if they're able to do an earnings beat and they can respect areas of support that we talked about, it could potentially make a move to the upside due to the fact going on Fintel, it does have short squeeze potential. A lot of volume coming in can change things dramatically, but do keep in mind we do have volatility inside of the markets. We already know as far as there's going to be some big time updates coming out, especially when it comes to the CPI data and so forth. So that's going to have an impact on the stock market as a whole. So I want you guys to be aware of that, have a strategy, and make sure you have your game plan in place in regards to whether it's taking profits or adding to your positions if you believe in the long-term prospects. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.